Welcome back, Honors. So let's pick up where we left off. Class, try to make this quick for you, all right? So there's two types of plague running around Europe at this time. There's the bubonic plague, and then there's the pneumonic plague, right? Now, the bubonic plague is the one that you get from fleas, and when they bite you, they vomit the plague virus. Scratches or bites from rats can also do it as well, and handling dead animals can also cause the plague. Now, the pneumonic plague you actually get by inhaling droplets that contain plague bacteria through coughing or sneezing. Now, the pneumonic plague was also going to be used as a weapon by the Mongolians when they actually throw dead plague bodies into cities, hoping that when they hit, blood would vaporize, people would inhale it. It was actually a really effective weapon. Now, anyway, so let's keep moving on. I'll show you that cool video tomorrow. Now, steps of the plague. What it looked like when you got it, right? First of all, you got swollen lymph glands. Now remember, your lymph glands are lymph node. You have a lymphatic system that runs from behind your ears all the way down, underneath your chin, down your neck, and it's your first line of defense. It's where the body tries to concentrate a virus so that it can destroy it. Now, their next step is pneumonia, and then you get the blood poisoning, then bleeding of the orifices, and an orifice is a hole in your body, like your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears. And then lenticulation was another big thing. Lenticulation is how the Black Death got its name. Lenticulation is when forming of black dots would show up on your body, hence the name the Black Death. Isn't that right, Mr. Carney?
That's correct, absolutely.
See, he knows his stuff. All right, anyway, now also you would have extreme pain throughout your body due to the decomposition of flesh and organs. You literally are decomposing before you're even dead. Now, cardiac arrest, stroke, coma, and essential death are the thing that usually comes. Some people did survive the plague virus, but it was very, very rare. Now, anyway, so this is what some of the symptoms look like. Now, anyway, that right there, that's one of the swollen lymph glands. It's also known as a bulbous. And then this is the septic form, which is almost 100% mortality rate. Now, actually right there, as you can see, the deterioration and the decaying of the flesh while the body is still alive. Now, so popular medical cures. This is mostly hocus pocus, kind of what people did because they were in such desperate, dire straits to try and cure this disease without any kind of medical technology. Now, doctors, first of all, are going to wear very strange costumes, bird-like costumes, right? Now, the reason it was bird-shaped is because they would actually shove herbs and flowers down into the end of it so they wouldn't actually have to inhale the dead plague smell. Now, they would also apparently bathe in human urine. They would wear excrement, place dead animals in their home as a form to ward off the plague, even though, ironically, handling dead animals results in plague virus. Wearing leeches was a very popular method as well. Bloodletting, drinking molten gold or powdered emeralds was a big thing, and also burning incense to get rid of the smell of the dead. Now, a couple things along with this. This is mainly focused in your more poorer populations. The poor are the ones who got the plague. The rich were able to stay away from it, all right? And we'll talk about why in a moment. Now, the effects of the plague, number one, is that it undermined faith in religion. It destroyed the economy. It broke the trade down even further, leading to even longer of a late Middle Age period. And then also culture was heavily influenced. We're going to talk about the culture, the undermining in faith, and the economy as well. So anyway, first and foremost, Flagyl NT was a way that culture was influenced, right? And also an undermine in faith. Flagyl NT was self-inflicted penance. Groups of Flagyl NT monks would roam around the countryside wearing no shirt, and they would also punish each other physically as a form of penance, hoping that God would see their physical punishment and it would help them avoid the plague, even though some of them contracted it as well due to the open sores on their body. Now, anyway, so that is a picture right there. And then keep going. Medieval art is going to change as well. That's how the culture was influenced. Medieval art became obsessed with death. Okay, images of skeletons and the Grim Reaper and death having a party because they're welcoming in new residents, right? Anyway, so a couple other things. This is another famous one called Bring Out Your Dead, when they would actually pick up people in large number in carts and cart them away. Now, wearing leeches, we'll watch this video tomorrow as well. Also, this was a popular cure as well, lancing a bulbous to allow all of the pus and disgusting plague virus stuff to come out. And then, continuing forward, I'm going to skip this one. Here we go. How the plague finally ended, though. Number one, quarantine. Quarantine is when you isolate an infected population away from the uninfected. The next one is moving. People actually began to move to rural areas for a short time away from the crowded cities. You're not going to get the plague if you ain't got nobody to get it from, right? Better hygiene was a huge one, so they decided to stop bathing in urine for once. Clean air. This one's really, really cool. So people that were able to avoid the plague actually is because they had fires burning in their home. And one of the popes actually realized it later on that the plague virus isn't strong enough to survive high heat. So he actually sat, when he would be anointing the sick, he sat between two fires. And they noticed even when he came into contact with plague-riddled people, he never got the plague because he couldn't inhale it, right? Couldn't inhale it through his nose. And also, the fleas usually run away from high heat sources. So travel and migration slowed down, which helped diminish it as well. And also, shortened periods of peace helped it as well. Periods during the 100 Years' War helped it stop as well. Now, 25 to 30 million people in Europe. That's almost half the people in Europe died. Now, 443,000 total population, 22% of the world population died. That's almost a third of the entire world died. That's over 100 million people worldwide. So, and this is the last one. The death is also going to begin a dramatic persecution of the Jewish in Europe. Now, they were blamed for spreading the plague by apparently putting death into wells of towns, as well as just being blamed for it as a fault of the Crusades, right? So, anyway, we're going to keep going with this later on. This right here is actually a picture from a Middle Age text showing the murder of, the execution of Jews by royalty, and with Jesus actually looking alongside letting it happen. So this is a very, very big problem, and it leads to even further persecution of the Jewish people. But we will talk about this more tomorrow when we get your study guide, all right? Have a great evening, Camden Catholic.